Hello, everybody. We are those guys you hate.
Welcome to the show that encourages you to be your best self by not being like us.
My brother and I hopelessly search for nuance as we wade through wacky segments and crazy conversations.
If you can withstand the insanity, you might actually learn something.
Tyler, what are you going to be chatting about on this week's podcast?
Is it true that we as a society love to see the mighty fall? You be the judge. And first we had cocaine bears. Now we have cocaine sharks? Oh, hell no. What about you, Ryan?
I would imagine it would get wet under the water. But nonetheless, this week, I get your problem-solving chemicals flowing on a brand new segment. Name that twist. And is being too connected bad for your relationships? On this week's Douche of the Week. So let's get into it. Strange question, I guess, but can anybody in the world get away with wearing a swastika shirt? Is there anyone who can do it?
I mean, if you're around other Nazis, then sure.
No, I mean publicly. I mean without backlash.
No.
What are some things that are considered bad, but certain people can get away with? What my mind automatically goes to is the N-word. Certain people can use it, certain people can't. I'm trying to form some sort of a situation where somebody can do this and we're like, I guess so.
Yeah, but even in the case of the N-word, they rounded off with a soft A. It's a soft day, Ryan.
But I think
so
that,
they changed the word a little bit.
But I think that somebody could say it the way that it was in a hateful way if they are of that. Man, this
like,
feels
like who could possibly, like, maybe if you brought MLK back from the dead, possibly. But other than that, I'm not really sure.
In the black community, would you be attacked if you said it?
You're asking me?
I don't
look at the complexion of my skin, Ryan.
Are you not part of the black community, Tyler? What are we doing? I thought we were coming from different elements.
They actually kicked me out.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Obviously, Nazis didn't really like a lot of people. Least of all themselves.
Exactly.
That's psychological 101.
This guy gets
We're
it.
fixing that. But the people that they're most notorious for disliking in an extreme fashion are the
Jews.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So my question, the natural, way that this thing goes, is there who's the most famous Jewish person? Who is the most famous?
George Soros, who clearly controls the media.
I know the name, but I don't know who that is.
I just know the name. I know it's like a hot button issue.
You know who I thought of immediately? Whoopi Goldberg. I believe that to be the most famous Jew. And
that cannot be possible.
And also,
that cannot be
little
possible.
Icing on the cake, also black. Nazis didn't like the black people. Could Whoopi Goldberg get away with wearing a swastika shirt?
No.
Welcome to the show.
No.
We got to the bottom of it.
I can only assume her Jew card would be pulled immediately.
Would she have to put eyebrows back? No, I'm just making fun of her. What's up with the no eyebrows? It's just,
look.
There's two things I know about Whoopi Goldberg. One is the eyebrow thing. The second one is that she dated Ted Danson. Three things. Also a Jew. Tyler.
Four things. Also in Sister Act. Fantastic movie.
Great movie.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what we just did there.
Yeah, both of them were great. Even the second one. Sequel was good.
Welcome to the show, Tyler. I'm glad that we got to the bottom of that mystery. Whoopi Goldberg, don't wear a swastika shirt.
No.
You're getting it. We care about you, and we hate to see hate perpetuated forward.
And don't wear eyebrows. You've been doing it for so long. Live your best life.
What if she took her two eyebrows, put them together, made a little
swastika?
Wow. Okay.
Like the way Brad Pitt was carving it into Nazis' heads at the end of Inglourious Basterds?
I don't know how we're going to do better than that, but my name is Ryan, and that is my brother Tyler over there, and we make up two halves of those guys. Hey, Tyler, how are you doing this week, my boy?
I'm doing well, buddy. I'm a little tired, but trying to make right decisions to get back to being healthy and fit.
Why are you tired? What's
because
going on?
I've been making terrible decisions with my health in terms of food and exercise, and I have not been doing any of those things.
I am so sorry.
And so I'm now just feeling sluggish. Why? You didn't do it.
That's fair. I'm sorry for you.
That time you kneecapped me wasn't very cool, but other than that, I'm doing all right.
I always just really looked up to Tanya Harding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She was always a real role model of mine.
Well, you get somebody else to do it for you. There's rookie mistake.
Jeff Goluli. All right, Tyler, we got to bring this back in.
All right.
I'm just screaming Jeff Goluli into a microphone. I think at one point we had a swastika made of eyebrows. Mm-hmm. We've gotten out of control now.
That was my favorite part of the show. So
that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I am going to change the format just a little bit here. I am going to play the first round of Name That Twist because I have 3 of them, and I'm going to use Depression Index to kind of throw in the middle, okay? Mm-hmm. So let me explain it to you very quickly. We'll go into it. We'll take a break. We'll come back with Depression Index. The way that this works, Tyler, is I am going to tell you the beginning of a story. I am going to, at the end, ask you to guess where the plot twist is coming from. So I want the people at home to be thinking about it, what could be coming next. And I don't know if it's a good segment or not. So whenever I have that happen, what I like to do is jazz it up. I like to vajazz a little bit with some music, okay? And we're gonna do a little game show thing here. So are you ready for the initial round of Name That Twist?
Let's do it.
Here we go. All right, Tyler, we're back in the studio and we are getting ready to play everybody's favorite game, Name That Twist. I meant this. Tyler, back in 2004, Anthony Garcia, an MS-13 gang member, killed rival gang member outside a liquor store in Puerto Vieira. Police had no leads on the murder and the case went cold. So Garcia celebrated this achievement by getting a tattoo. This tattoo on his chest depicts a helicopter shooting a peanut man outside of a liquor store. Now, here's the thing about that tattoo, Tyler. It's actually a symbolic representation of the murder. His nickname was Chopper, hence the helicopter, and a peanut is a slur for a rival gang member.
Oh, that's kind of adorable in terms of gang violence. That guy's a peanut.
Hey, Peanut, where's your top hat and monocle? And there were other small details in the tattoo that reveal some more specifics. So I'm going to ask you to, we're starting off easy.
Yeah.
You look confident.
Yeah.
Tyler's got the nuts.
Yeah.
Tyler, name that twist.
The cops were actually able to catch him because of the tattoo. It had details in it that only the murderer could have known.
Oh, Tyler!
Woo!
Tyler, you did great.
Thank you.
In the weirdest,
What happened?
He was arrested in 2008 for driving with a suspended license. His tats were photographed during booking, and they take a photo of your tattoos. That's kind of normal police procedure. A detective just happened to be flipping through the photos, saw the tattoo, recognized the details. Anthony Garcia was convicted of first-degree murder, 65 years to life in prison because he got a tattoo. What do you think about that, Tyler?
Yeah, it's just these little karmic, things that happen in our universe that are just so interesting. You know, you get off one moment
foolish.
and
very foolish,
very dumb.
Would you say that's got to be like one of the most regrettable tattoos of all time?
For sure, yeah. Or the going back to Nazis, like Nazis who come around and see the error of their ways, and now they got a giant Adolf Hitler tattoo on their back.
No, those are eyebrows. Those are 2 eyebrows. I don't know why he put them on like that.
That's my Uncle Steve.
I'm just an
He's a nice
enthusiast.
man.
He looks like a Picasso painting. So that was the original voyage, the maiden voyage, if you will. Wrap it up, spank it on its bottom, hit it with a champagne bottle of Name That Twist. I thought it went pretty well.
That was very good.
The music helped out a lot, didn't it?
Very much so. I like it better when I think people are cheering for me.
You're doing great, Tyler.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we'll go to Depression Index like we always do.
Hey everyone. If you're anything like us, you've struggled with depression, anxiety, isolation, or any number of things that hold you back in life.
Or do you procrastinate a little too much? Maybe you've had trouble with self-control or even just going through a tough time. Regardless of whatever it is you're going through, therapy can help.
For me, Ryan, it's completely changed the way I deal with my problems. Even the relationship with my own thoughts have improved dramatically.
And that's why we're excited to tell you about today's sponsor, BetterHelp.
BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible. And this is so important to us because finding a therapist can be really hard, especially when you're limited to the options in your area.
BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist easier because it's online, it's remote, and by filling out a few questions, BetterHelp can match you up to a professional therapist in as little as a few days.
It's easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. Go to betterhelp.com/thoseguys or click on the link in the show's description. Clicking on that link not only supports us, but supports you.
And we want to support you too by giving you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp to connect with a therapist and see if it helps you.
Finding the right therapist is so important, someone that you really connect with, and BetterHelp has made that easier than ever. Switching therapists until you find the right one without having to worry about insurance or any additional fees.
You know, Tyler, when I first had my son, I felt so many emotions that I had never experienced in my life. Therapy really helped me figure out what was going on.
Well, that is betterhelp.com/thoseguys. Help the show by supporting the people that help us.
Those guys.
So
wait a minute.
Kim Jong-il your boy.
So nobody's allowed to be friends with Kim Il-jong or whatever his name is?
It's Kim Jong-il.
Yeah, I've heard it both ways.
Now I'm confusing myself,
Yeah.
but you called him my boy. What the hell is that?
Well, you know what? I have a soft spot in my... Now, I agree with everything that every one of my friends, what they do? Of course not.
You hate.
I'm rooting for you.
For whom?
Kim Il-jong. No, not.
Don't say that.
No, not what he's doing.
He's doing all the bad things.
I'm rooting for him to pull out of this tailspin. I'm hoping that he can learn from his mistakes. Is that so wrong? Now, do I condone his behavior?
Weird place to-
Absolutely not.
Weird place to place your flag.
Those guys you hate.
Asian station. What is the black pack? Is it? Did you just make that up or
Just
is that?
rhymes. Yeah, there's got to be a black pack out there somewhere.
That's really funny, man.
Yeah,
Somebody's gonna steal that from you. You better mail it to yourself pretty quickly.
What the hell am I going to do with it?
I don't know. You said you wanted black friends.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just a black friend.
Not a pack?
I'll take a, yeah. I'll be fine with it. Red circle, by the way.
I would appreciate it if you guys would say it. I don't want to say it.
I don't think I'm allowed to say
No, well, if they give you the BP card. And we are Black Tyler. Welcome back. You and I just had a funny little conversation, which I assume it'll be off air. Tyler just made up Black Pack. I mean, who saw that coming?
it. Yeah.
Asian station doesn't even make sense. Tyler, that was funny. It makes me happy. We have a segment where we talk about our emotions. It's called Depression Index.
No one
What
cares, you
the
don't
Depression
know what
Index
you
is
do.
a machine that I built with my hands very poorly. We crank it up to let you know how down we are. Tyler, how are you feeling this week? How is your mental health? That's what we talk about in a weird way.
I am doing okay, Ryan.
I'll take that.
I've fallen off quite a bit, but I am clawing my way back little by little, and I'm just learning to be patient with myself.
When you say that, when you say you've fallen off a little bit, what are you willing to share? Obviously, I'm not trying to goad you into saying anything.
Oh,
but
that's okay. I'm fine to share stuff.
Describe it to somebody who doesn't know you.
Well, I said earlier.
Oh, that's right.
I've stopped going to the gym. I've stopped eating
That's not
healthy.
true. You were at the gym not that long.
I was at the gym yesterday, but before that, I hadn't made it to the gym in like 2 weeks. I was going to 3 workout classes a week. I haven't been to one of those in like 3 weeks. So
So how does that work? This is an off-air conversation. Are you still paying for that? Do they come and go, or can you accrue them?
No. They come and go. So
Oh.
if you don't use it, it's totally worth the money, but only if you use it. So I'm not getting my money's worth at the
Okay.
moment.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just trying to make better decisions, and it comes little by little. You know, very rarely do these things switch from one day to the next. Usually you have to make those small little decisions to build your way back up,
Yep.
which is what I'm doing. That's pretty much my theme for the week.
I support you.
Thank you.
I love you, man.
Thank you.
I know it's not easy.
Appreciate it.
And you know what happens is there is this dip that happens when you're doing better for yourself, at least for you and me. There's this time that comes up where your mind all of a sudden is like, is Is this all there is? This is what we're doing? We're going out tonight. Like, who gives a shit? There is this inevitable dip that is always coming. It's part of the process.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where I am, but I'm on the way up.
Support you.
And I will, I'll get back to where I was soon enough. So this week, I will say that I'm at a 7, Ryan.
Spin
1,
that. Wow.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I hate this machine.
It's a high number. 7 is very high out of 10. That's higher than normal, than average.
Yep.
Okay. Get up. This week, I want to talk about, I have started doing something recently that has genuinely changed my life. I think that kind of gets thrown around too much, probably by me. But
your life can be changed in drastic ways and in very tiny little ways.
That's fair.
So it's fair to say.
I guess everything changes your life.
Yeah.
Then. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but this has changed my life, I would say drastically. And what it is I've been meditating. Please forgive me. I think that's just permanent now. I constantly have a chonk.
I'm sure those thick vegetable shakes that you drink all the time aren't helping.
You are such a hater, bro.
I don't love the sound of wet phlegm in my ear holes.
I can't do anything to please you. I don't know what to do.
You could try.
With my, well, I guess that would be a start. Breathwork, Tyler.
Yeah.
Breathwork. I've been meditating for over a decade because I'm a fucking, what am I, Tyler? I'm mystical.
Kook.
I got to get me one of them turbans.
Yeah.
But breathwork, what's the difference between meditation and breathwork? Do you know? Am I asking you something?
No, meditation is generally speaking being quiet and being alone with your thoughts and focusing on, just being silent and in the moment. Whereas breath work is focusing directly on the breath.
Yeah.
And there's different ways of meditating, and there's different ways of breath work, different strategies.
Well, this breath work that I have found that I have unsurprisingly become addicted to. I have done it almost every single day since I first did it, at more than once on many occasions. It is, without going too inside baseball, it is basically, what do they call that? Where you're big inhales and big exhales. You are
Deep breathing?
Deep breathing, yes, but you're almost like making yourself lightheaded. What's the word that I'm looking for there? If you run really far and you're trying to catch your breath.
Oh, hyperventilating?
You're hyperventilating yourself. And then you breathe in, hold it, and you're like pushing on it, and then you exhale all the air out and hold your breath on the exhale for 1 minute and 30 seconds. And you do that 3 times. And after the 3rd time that you have done that, that's what is just your thoughts on sitting down and doing something like that?
I got better things to do.
Yeah? Is it?
No,
I
kidding.
really want your thoughts on that.
It sounds like it would hurt, to a certain degree.
It is very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable, and every part of my brain is telling me, I don't want to fucking do this. And after the 3rd time that you have done that, I've said this to you off air, it's fucking drugs, Tyler. It floods your brain with the craziest chemicals. It's as silent inside my body as I've ever been. So my question to you is, so here are my thoughts on that. The reason that it's changed my life is when you're doing that breath hold with all the air expelled, your mind starts telling you you're about to die, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Like all of a sudden your mind goes to like a certain spot in your body and you're like, yo, this is bad. You are about to die. But the fact of the matter is you're not about to die. The worst thing that could happen is you fall over on your little mat. I am kind of worried about banging my head though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I should probably put some pillows around you or something.
Yeah.
Take a little nap when you pass out.
Ryan's meditating again. But the idea is being able to, the way that it works is relax into your panic. Do you have any thoughts on that idea? Relaxing into your panic?
Yeah, just being there with your panic. It's pretty much what you want to do when you have anxiety. Is like just be aware of it and allow it to come up. Just relax into it.
That is the purpose of what I believe it's such a metaphor for in your life when something happens, when you have anxiety, when you have fear, when you have all of these different circumstances that are constantly causing you to be in fight or flight mode. being able to find that spot and relax into it. And I have really been able to expand that outwards, and it has really changed my life.
That's awesome. That's beautiful.
Thank you so much, buddy.
Yeah.
So this week, if you could, I just think that so many.
Say seven. Say seven. He said a 7.
If so many,
Say 7.
I think so many of our, and we've talked about this a million times on the show, so much of our life and the problems in it are us trying to avoid the things that are uncomfortable.
Correct.
This practice makes you confront, and once you, and I'm definitely not there yet, I believe learn how to interact with it and not avoid it in any way. So this week,
7.
I am at a 7 minus a 3. I am at a, what is that? Is that a 5?
That's a 4. Boo!
Are you sure?
Are we allowed to boo during
Is there
Depression Index?
remainders? Or are we still using?
Oh, just spin the damn wheel.
Do you use remainders as an adult, or is that just something for stupid ass kids?
That I feel like the second part of that question
That
was
was a lot.
unnecessary.
That was a lot.
It was unnecessary.
No, well, I mean, this is an adult show. Don't listen to it in front of your stupid ass kids. Tyler, what I just did made me want to cringe, made me want to say oof. Is there anybody else out there that you feel the same way about on a segment called Oof? Yep.
Yeah, that's the one. Oof, I got a good one for you, Ryan, and I'm pretty sure you heard about it. But now we're going to bring it up, and I have some video proof as to how a situation like this could really tear a person down both mentally and physically.
Well, here's the thing. You are our pop culture guy. You are, even off the show, I go to you for information. I say, Tyler, I heard about this. What's going on? And you, 99% of the time, can give me really good info.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I heard in passing this week, and if you don't bring it up on OOF, and if you don't bring it up on GBI, I am going to be angry, and I'm going to hit you with the frying pan.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
That's a lot of pressure for me.
It's going to be,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, our oof is about George Kurtz. You know who this is?
No. One strike.
Did you hear about the Y2K meltdown that we had over this past week?
No.
How all the computers went down?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. Like,
Tyler, I go out of my way, or at least I pretend like I do, to stay uninformed. I don't know why I wear that as such a badge of honor.
got you. Well, I'm going to play a video for you because this was 2 days after this happened. It is a company called CrowdStrike. And what they are, it's an IT company. They work on computers. They did an update for Microsoft, who owns PCs, which is basically like
Apple or PC. That's
Apple or PC.
Right.
And PCs, I don't have a number in front of me, but they are the overwhelming majority of computers in the world.
Everybody talks about Apple, but PCs are much more dominant.
Well, because Apple is there are multiple computer operating systems. Apple is number 2, and it's basically PC and Apple are the 2 biggest players in the entire world. And even being number 2 in that space is
huge.
still billions and billions and billions of dollars.
And Apple seems to me, and I am uninformed as I've proven over and over again on the show, as almost more of like a specialty thing. I think of Apples as for like creative people, not like office people.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Well, that's the thing, is that a lot of systems in a lot of companies and a lot of businesses, they use PCs because of what you just said. It's great for operational situations.
All the governments, agencies use PCs.
PCs.
Yeah.
I hope they're not still using floppy disks. That was a problem for a while.
Another nickname of mine in high school. That's weird.
Floppy? Really? You should have been hard drive. Come on, man.
This guy is good.
Well, CrowdStrike is facing backlash or face backlash because they did an update in Microsoft systems for PCs across the globe and brought down 8.5 million computers. This affected planes. This affected banks. This affected governments. This brought, basically what we expected in 1999 for Y2K to look like, this was it.
Do we know what the mistake was? Or was it just like an incorrect decimal somewhere?
It was just an error. I don't know what the actual thing. It very well could have been.
So what were the ramifications? I spit all over my computer. I'm not sure what happened there.
Well, they're looking at multi-billion dollars worth of damages because of this. If you go and you look, airlines immediately after it happened had to continuously write down airline times and arrivals on whiteboards because their computer systems weren't looking.
It's like going into a restaurant and the power goes out and people are trying to do math.
That's exactly right.
Sad, bro.
Yep.
Get me out of here.
Yeah.
You got that credit card thing where you go. Do you remember that?
Of course, I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
When they pull that shit out, you know something has gone wrong.
We're in the dark ages now, baby.
They're taking pictures of you with that gunpowder thing.
Yeah, so there was just untold electronic devastation across the world.
I mean, when you're on a plane, is that affecting flight?
No.
Right. We're all of a sudden cascading downwards.
If we ever get an always online plane to keep in the air, we have gone too far. So he went on. I don't even know what news channel this is. It looks like a pretty far right one just by the different little graphics. But he went on to explain.
Do you see an eagle of any kind?
No, but in the bottom left on a news channel, it says Blue Lives Matter, which I don't necessarily have a problem with, but it's weird for a news channel to put their...
It's a fact, Tyler. It's a fact.
Sure, all lives matter, Ryan.
Tyler, you better be very careful.
Well, he went on, he got grilled as to what happened, and this is just a quick, relatively quick clip. Listen to how he sounds.
According to your statement, it was a single content update that has managed to shut down air travel, credit card payment systems, banks, broadcasts, street lights, 911, emergency around the globe. Why is there not some kind of redundancy or some sort of backup? How is it that one single software bug can have such a profound and immediate impact?
Well, when you look at the complexity of cybersecurity, you're always trying to stay one step ahead of the adversaries. Excuse me. Man, just 1 second, please.
Oh yeah, take a drink of water.
Yeah, sorry.
Sure.
I think he's being poisoned.
No, he broke down like you, and you should.
No, it sounds like he's choking on something.
No. He choked up just talking about it, and I wish I would have played the video for you. If you would see the before and after of this man, of what he looked like right before the disaster and 2 days after, he looks like a totally different human being.
Just because of the stress?
Just because of the stress. Yeah.
Look, they got my boy Barry Obama.
What?
I call him Barry Obama, but you see, the presidency, just all the stress, it aged him, you know?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, this guy is somebody, he makes $50 million a year, and he took a big hit after it happened.
He made $50 million a year?
No, he makes $50 million a year.
And I'm sorry that I'm this person, but dude, you're making $50 million a year. You got to get it right.
I agree.
I thought you were, like, when you immediately said that, I'm thinking $50,000 a year, and I'm like, lay off the kid, $50 million. Yeah.
No, if this was just some technician that they threw under the bus or whatever, this is the owner or the CEO of the company. This is the guy who makes the big bills. And the crazy thing is this isn't his first time doing this. Back in 2008, there was a similar situation with McAfee computer systems, which he crashed a bunch of fucking computers across the world too.
We got to get this guy off the switch. This guy got to be backed off the switch.
Failing upwards.
Okay.
And not only that, Ryan, there is another oof that goes along with this.
How many oofs can my spine take, Tyler?
So many. He has just crashed basically the global economy. Not that bad, but still really bad.
We're doing a podcast here.
Really bad. He sent an email to all of his clients, thousands of people, that read, to express our gratitude for being so patient with us. Your next cup of coffee or late night snack is on us.
Okay.
And it directed them to a code to access a $10 credit for Uber Eats.
Okay, so how many of those were sent out?
Thousands. It doesn't make
$10 a pop. I don't know.
Not billions, buddy. That was the amount of damages.
Now he's got to be a pauper. He's got to give away every dollar that he has. That's the only way to get back in our good graces.
This is one of those situations where it's better not to send anything out.
I agree. There are gifts that are better not delivered.
Just the sorry would have been fine. The $10 is shitting in my cereal.
We're sorry. Yeah, no, that's a bad look all around. But I will say this. And I'm just learning about this.
I'm shocked you didn't hear about this.
I am willfully ignorant.
It's fair.
I don't like that stress on somebody who made a mistake. I understand it's very important. I don't know. My heart goes out to him, but you made a mistake. So you gotta.
I mean, and I understand where you're coming from, but I mean, do you remember that incident many years ago where Hawaii meant to test it's a statewide emergency services texting, and they sent out a message saying there's a missile on the way. This is not a drill.
Magic Johnson thought he was going to die.
Yeah, bro. Somebody needs to suffer consequences for that.
Well, what's the right consequences?
Chop their head off.
Okay. And we are back.
George Kurtz, I'm sorry, but not only do I have to decapitate
This
you,
is the bloodiest oof of all time.
but even worse, I gotta give you. Yeah, you get the 3.
Chop off his head and take him out at the knees. It's all bad, man. All right,
Drawn and quartered, my friend.
Let's take a break. That sounds terrible. Let's take a break.
does.
Do you have the thing pulled up? I want to see the before and after photo of this
Yes,
person. All right,
yes.
we're going to take a break. I'm going to look at it. We're going to come back. I will respond.